The last kind of pronouns we are going to look at today are intensive pronouns. They are on page 47 of your chart books. You're going to fill them in there. And intensive pronouns are ipse, ipsa, ipsum, and they're used to add more emphasis to a noun or a pronoun. Now, first person translation is going to be myself or ourselves, yourself or yourselves. And third person, you can probably figure out, is going to be himself, herself. All have self in them, don't they? Itself. Or plural would be themselves. Not that hard because they all have self in them. Plus, it's the very close to my, we, you, your, y'all, he, she, it, them, right? That you already know. So not that much different. So in addition, ipse can be translated as the very or the actual, like the actual one, right? Okay, so take a look at this chart here. I don't want you to freak out at all these different pronouns and adjectives you have to memorize. Take a look at some of these endings, right? They're not so different than some of the first and second declension, or the orum and the arum and the aurum, or even the genitive in the third declension use. So not that different. Don't want you to have a freak out about it. Look for the patterns for the things and the things that you already know. That will help you. Okay, so these are all the ways. I put it up there that you can do it. They're in your chart book. So let's take a look at some sentences and see how they work. As again, because they are pronouns / adjectives, same rules apply. They have to match in gender, case, and number of the noun that they replace, right? That they modify, or the noun that they replace. So, Caesar ipse virum laudavit. So here we have, this is the pronoun, so ipse. If you look, ipse can only be nominative, and we already know that Caesar is the nominative, so they match. So Caesar himself. Caesar himself, what did he do? Laudavit, praised the man. Okay, so Caesar himself. This reminds me of when you have a 2-year-old, do you want me to do it? No, myself. I do it myself. That is a 2-year-old knowing how to use an intensive pronoun because the 2-year-old wants to emphasize that she is going to do it herself. She doesn't want your help. Thank you very much. All right. Ipsis. Right? Okay, so this one will either be dative or ablative. Let's take a look and do the translation and see. The daughter. What did she do? Scripsit. She wrote. What did she write? Librum, a book. So it's by, with, from themselves, or it can be dative. Sounds like it will be dative. For y'all, right? Because we got wobbies here, yourselves. Okay. Because you wouldn't write it by, with, from yourselves, but she wrote a book for y'all, yourselves, meaning she really meant it for you. Okay. Princeps vidit regis librum ipsum. So here again we have ipsum. What's the only thing ipsum can be? The ipsum can only be the accusative, so that's what we're looking at. Okay, so clearly the noun that it goes with librum is also accusative, because remember, it has to match. So princeps, the prince. What did he do? Vidit, he saw. Regis, so he saw ipsum there. He saw so it's the book of the king, because regis is rex regis, that is genitive. the king's book itself. You could also say, because remember it can be the actual, the prince saw. You could say the book of the king. That would work too. And I would probably actually put, if you were going to do the actual, I'd probably do saw the actual book of the king. So a couple different ways to do that there. Intensive pronouns, not that hard. You have to remember, just like any other adjective, they need to match in gender, case, and number, and that tells you really easy which one that they are pairing with. And now just take some practice.